Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Apex Online with Racing Ferrari Ford Challenge Championship Cup Season 1. We are now on the second round of the evening. It is our longer feature race, and we have an addition to the startup grid that we did not have in the first round, and that is Adam Tierney has joined us. He unfortunately missed the start of the first round, but he will be with us for round number 2. As you can see, the grid are beginning to form, and that looks very much like they're forming on the start-finish line, so we could be in for a full lap of safety car conditions.
Oh good. So why is it the American tracks do this, Chris? Why is it?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't. The Americans obviously want to show off their tracks to you. So this is reverse grid from the last race, with the exception of Adam Tierney, of course, because he was not in the qualifying for the first round. Alec Hudson has elected to start from the back. As you can see, he is in position 14. We've lost someone. We've still got 15.
Andrew Langham service.
Ah, well spotted. We have indeed lost Andrew Langham service. So we are one down from last time, and the safety car is now underway. He's going to be doing a full lap. Well, bearing in mind it started from the start line, I'm assuming it's doing a full lap. So Dennis Anlower then leads the field away. Second is, whoever they are, there we go, is Ronnie Gibbons. Blue RSR coloured for Darren Potter. On the outside of his teammate, Stevie Chambers. Kevin Martinson as well. Suits better Cameron. That one, let's go with that one. Sarah Duff alongside Kunnert. There's Evan Imre in 7th. With Lawrence Durant already behind. There you see the usual collection of the CMRC drivers. There is Justin Hickman with Patrick Moser, with race winner Gianni Vecchio, Stolzer, Patrick Heinrich. Adam Tierney will be starting ahead of Alec Hudson. So Alec has elected to start from the very back of the grid. And there we go. That is your field of 15 winding away through the field. Head up towards, this is turns 7 through to 10 that they are now coming through. So we are expecting quite a bit of carnage. We've seen how that first corner has caught a few people out in the last race, so I'm expecting very much the same again. This reverse grid. Still with me, Phil?
I am. Sorry, I was just having a look. Yeah, just having a look at the gaggle of the CMRC boys, obviously. All the way at the back, all of them, all 5 together. Not quite at the back, because we have Alec and Adam at the rear. But
be interesting to see what Adam is capable of. Of course, we didn't see him in the first race, so we don't know where his pace will lie.
Yes.
So they've just come through turn number 12. So, and who's that coming in?
There's no one coming in. That's Gianni having a good time there. He's just having a little bit of fun.
Fair enough. So he's just come straight through, doing it because he can.
Because that's the
that's the old pit
lane.
I just realised that. That's me not paying attention there. He does because he can. Unfortunately, from here I can't select the. Hello, Mini Mariner. Good to see you, champ. Good to see you. Can't select the safety car from the overlay I have here. I'm going to do that one. There we go, that's the entire field coming through 14 and 15. So what we'll be seeing shortly is the grid just condense up, and they'll be getting underway very shortly.
This is going to be something a little bit special, I think, just because of how, we've already seen it from the first race, just how tricky it can be. And we've got, obviously, the faster guys behind the slower guys here. So we're either going to see chaos or something great. And I'm personally hoping for a little bit of both. But here we go. We're about to get started.
We are indeed. The safety car has gone. Let's get... And away they go then, with the races underway. Oh my goodness, but you can see how close compact that field is. Let's get There you go. You can just see us 3 wide. That's Lawrence Durant flying in between Knut Martinsen and Dustin Hickman, I think it is. Oh, in trouble! That's Knut Martinsen that's gone round. And that's also Stevie Chambers off, I think. Oh no, it's Darren Potter. Darren Potter is off as well as Knut Martinsen. They are losing a lot of time trying to recover. But they are back on the field then. And lo and behold, turn 1 claiming a victim. Dennis Anlauer still leads. Ronnie Gibbons leads Stevie Chambers. Sarah Dove now 4. Lawrence to right 5. Patrick Heinrich's made his way up to 6. Well, the Sim RC pack pretty much travelling in all together. It's Justin Hickman, Lucas Dolzer, Patrick Moser, Gianni Vecchio there, and Evan Imre right with them. Adam Tierney's stuck with them as well. Alec Hudson has fallen off the back of this particular field. And as you can see, Darren Potter and Knut Martinsen a little way off the back, but they can't. That is a closable gap, so we'll see how that goes. Now, we've seen how difficult overtaking can be on this very, very narrow circuit. It could take a while for the field to spread out, so Knut and Darren may notice they may not lose a lot of time, and there you can see them at the back of the shot. They may be able to close that gap up yet.
Yeah, and with the longer race, it's not too difficult to imagine that possibility happening. Yeah, just interesting. Classic turn 1. Looked like it was just trying to go 3 wide, and that just doesn't work.
But so difficult enough going 1 wide for some people, let alone 3. And we saw Gianni Vecchio there have a crack at Lucas Dolzer, but Patrick Moser, but he opted not to go for that one. This is a 45-minute race, so some way to go yet. They're still side by side though, and that is was Patrick Moser having a look at Lucas Dolzer. Stevie is in trouble. Stevie Chambers is in trouble.
Yeah. He went out for the final corner, and so he's lost a lot of momentum, and now he's being gobbled up by the Sim RC guys.
Oh, that's not somewhere you want to be outside of turn 1. We've seen people have trouble. He's lost another 2 positions in turn 1. And is he going to lose another? Oh, was that Patrick Moser getting a bit squirrely? No, that's just the way that angle looked from that particular shot. Look at that gaggle there. That is not. You do not want to be in the middle of that Sim RC pack winding their way through. It was so easy to get a bit out of shape on the entrance to that 7, 8, 9, 10 corner combination. Gianni Vecchio's trying to get pressure on Stevie Chambers to get that position. And you can see Adam Tierney right with Evan Imre as well at the back of the shot. And now come up to Oak Tree corner once again. You see that's Lucas Dolzer under a fair bit of pressure as well. We've seen the... Oh, hello, we've got... Is that Lawrence? No, that is... Oh, that's everybody indeed. Ronnie Gibbons has actually taken the lead. That was the side-by-side I was trying to catch up with. So Dennis Anlauer has lost the race lead to Ronnie Gibbons now. Sarah Dudley company as well. That's side-by-side Patrick Heinrich, Lucas de Rijk. Lucas is going to have the inside line. Can he hang on to it now? Oh, well held up there for Patrick Heinrich. He's got that position there. That is 4th position to the Sim RC racer. Lucas Dolson leads the train of the Sim RC guys behind him. Oh, Dustin Hickman. Oh, Dennis Anlauer is in trouble.
Yep, it's got off at the final corner again. It's so easy to do there.
And there you see, that's Patrick Heinrich gone through into 2nd position. He's taken that position from Sarah Dove. He's going to have that move done before turn 1. And you definitely don't want to be going side by side. Lawrence de Rijk getting quite close at that first corner. Here comes the big line of Sim RC guys with Dennis Anlauer mixed in there as well. Stevie Chambers and Dennis Anlauer getting side by side as well. That's Gianni Vecchio trying to get past Stevie. Stevie Chambers hanging on to that 9th position from the Sim RC veteran. And a previous race winner, there we see Evan Imre and Adam Tierney right in there as well. Darren Potter's fallen a long way off. I think Knut Martinsen must have had trouble again, because he's now 4 seconds off the back of Darren, who's 7 seconds off the back of the pack. So I think they've had trouble somewhere along the line. Adam Tierney trying to continues to put the pressure on Evan Imre for that 11th position. And that snake really isn't spreading out a great deal at the moment. Again, it's not really a surprise. And there we go, the overlay confirms this is a 26 lap race. I thought it would be a 28 lap race. There we go! My goodness me, what a move there by Gianni Vecchio! He's still not got it done. Stevie Chambers just nips through on the inside. They're still side by side. Oh, let's get the chase down. There they are. And this is going to be interesting as they get through that turn 13 chicane. Absolutely neck and neck. No difference in pace between the two at the moment. Stevie's actually edging ahead of Gianni Vecchio.
He's got the slipstream, the car ahead. He's got the slipstream with Dennis Anlauer to keep him ahead there. Oh, Gianni, he's gone wide, Is he going to touch the grass? Oh, he's done a great job not to run onto the grass.
Wow.
That could have been an easy spin. So, yeah great job, Gianni, to not cause anything.
Very well held there by Gianni Vecchio. Well, you were absolutely right with how long that slipstream range is. And we've just seen Sarah Dove side by side with Lucas Dalza. I think that's going to be a pretty straightforward move.
Oh, contact between the two leaders.
Oh, no! That's Ronnie Gibbons. He's in trouble. Oh, there's big old clout between him and Lawrence de Rijk. That's Patrick Heinrich then has run off into the distance. And Lucas Dalza now the second. Sarah Dove remains in third position. And that's Lawrence de Rijk and Patrick Moser. Then on side by side, but Patrick's off. Lawrence is off. Oh, it just clunked into, I think it was Ronnie Gibbons he touched. And that's now all the way down. And he's retired. Lawrence de Rijk is out. Along with Alec Hudson. Alec Hudson has also retired from the race.
It's all gone bad. It's all gone wrong for those drivers out there. Yeah, that just looked like a little bit of a... that's just this track with all in close proximity. It could easily just go. And, that's exactly what we saw. What else did we see? Well, obviously, we saw Ronnie losing the lead after... Yeah, he just looked like he locked up brakes just a bit going in whilst trying to defend on the inside and just tapped... Patrick Heinrich. Luckily, Patrick didn't go around, but unfortunately, Ronnie did, and Ronnie got collected by a couple of cars, it looked. So, possible damage on a few cars out there now, definitely on Ronnie's car. But, all we've got there, Patrick side by side with, Patrick Moser, side by side with Sarah, and she's conceded that position into the turn 13-14 chicane.
And decided to let that one go. You do realistically know who you're racing against, and they not meaning any disrespect to Sarah. He's a pretty experienced racer in this, particularly in this league. But you know the CRC guys. If you see one of them coming up behind you, you know fairly well what's going to happen. As we just see the overlay, watch Lawrence descend down the list. He was plonked on the top of the list for some reason. Well, it was because it put him forward into the pits as opposed to backwards. So that is confirmation Lawrence de Rijk is out of the session. So that is... Lucas Dalza's taking the lead. So Patrick's had a problem somewhere.
Oh, no, not again.
It would seem so. You just double check what happened there, Phil?
I will. If you want to switch to Stevie versus Gianni, I'll go and have a look at Patrick.
Happily so. Oh, yeah, side by side there. Stevie retaking that position from Gianni. Oh, nearly contact between him and Dennis Anlauer. So, again, this pack of five, beg your pardon. So that is Stevie Chambers, Gianni Vecchio, Dennis Anlauer, Evan Imre, and Adam Tierney in this particular pack. Obviously, Adam being the only Force India flavoured Ferrari out there, is a fairly distinct paint job on his car.
It is indeed.
And
shame the Waller's not here. You can easily tell them. But it's Adam all the way. You can tell it's him. Yeah, I have an update on the Patrick situation. Out at front, he went off at the final corner. So we had another one to the tally.
Yeah, it's definite trouble spot. Last and first corners. So the CMRC guys rule the roost again. Lucas Dalza this time leads Patrick Heinrich, who leads Patrick Moser. And that's the top three. Sarah Dove there in four, as you see. Ronnie Gibbons still up there.
Oh, Johnny's spinning. Sorry, I'm cutting across you again, but Johnny's just... Oh, I don't know where Johnny's going. Johnny's going. Oh, he's going to go. Oh, he's hit. Yep, that's probably Johnny out, I would expect. He's gone.
That's well buried.
He's towed. Yeah. He just had a little bit of a moment. I think Stevie just got a little bit crossed up in front of him that forced or potentially scared Gianni off the track. He went off and he just caught the outside edge as he was coming down the hill, spun it all the way across. Did a good job to not fully spin it into the path of everybody. Was able to catch the spin, but that did put him all the way off. And unfortunately, once you're on that hill, I mean, it's pretty much game over. You cannot control the car at that point, and that's the race over. But all this battling between all this battling between these guys up here. Look who's joined in. It's Darren Potter. He's only a second or so behind now, these guys, and if these guys keep fighting, he's going to be right with them. As Stevie, his teammate, can hold them up. That's that's all his best interest to do that for the team.
Oh, we have a Jerry Lynn in the chat. Hello, Jerry. Good to see you. Oh, you're going to be back with us next week. Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Well, you're welcome in the chat, none of that less. So then let's have a quick rundown. And there you go. Oh, you just saw Ronnie Gibbons going a little bit wider. That's Dustin Hickman lining up for a move. Look at the damage on the front of Ronnie's car, as we saw earlier on. A big impact with him whilst he was leading the race. So Lucas Dolzer leads this trio then of Patrick Heinrich and Patrick Moser. Sarah Dove 4. Dustin Hickman now 5. We've just seen him overtake Ronnie Gibbons now in 6. Stevie Chambers leads a group of 4, soon to be 5 cars of himself. Dennis Anlauer, Evan Imre, Adam Tinney, and just in the background there you see Darren Potter with Knut Martinson. About 5.7 seconds down, and he's got quite a lot of damage to the front of his car. We've just seen him going off at 13.14. So yeah, he's not having a good day today. We have lost Gianni Vecchio, race winner of the previous round, Lawrence DeRike and Alec Hudson all are out of this round. We have 12 runners still left, and we have still quite some way to go. We still have 20 laps remaining here at Virginia International Raceway. As you'll see, Lucas Dolzer a little bit wide at turn 3. But continuing on nonetheless.
Yeah, we've got quite a battle here actually for the lead, don't we, between the 3 SMRC guys. Lucas obviously leading it, Patrick Moser in making or completing the Patrick Heinrich sandwich.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've got 2 distinct battles going on. Exactly, well, we had several battles last time around. And CMRC guys, of course. Oh my goodness me! Looks like Patrick Moser getting a little bit wide. He didn't seem to lose any pace as a result of it. And of course, we have this pack here, led by Stevie. Stevie's actually broken away a little bit from what is now a pack of 3: Dennis Anlauer, Evan Imre, and Adam Tierney. Not been able to exchange positions yet, with Darren Potter closing in on them. There's a duo there. We see Ronnie Gibbons, Dustin Hickman. Ronnie's got a lot of damage to the front of that car, as previously mentioned. It's difficult to know where to look at the moment.
Yeah, as you say, with Stevie just pulling away, I do believe Stevie probably has the pace on Dennis Anlauer, but that's obviously helping him. Evans probably got the pace on Stevie, but obviously Dennis doing a very good job to keep the cars behind. He's not falling off the road for these guys. And yeah, you see, there's a couple of things going on. Obviously, Ronnie chasing down Dustin. And obviously the front guys, it's actually side by side for the lead. Patrick versus Lucas Dolzer to the outside. Patrick, surely that's not going to work. Can he hold it there? No, he's not going to get that position this time. He's going to watch out behind just in case.
Yeah, we've seen so many people being bitten at that first corner. I'm not surprised Patrick. I mean, anywhere else Patrick probably would have nailed the throttle and gone for it, but I think quite wisely chose not to try that first corner. Where are we on penalties at the moment, Mr. Phil? If you could double check that for me.
When you say penalties, do you mean incident count?
I do, yes.
Okay, well, the highest is 12, but that was belonging to Lawrence DeRike, and he is no longer racing. So,
indeed,
of the people currently running, we have Dustin Hickman on 11, Ronnie Gibbons and Knut Martinson are both on 10. Obviously, Knut had a contact earlier, which probably gave him before, as did Ronnie. So that's probably not helped their cause. And it's just a track where you pick up off tracks all the time anyway, just because it's just the nature of the beast, really.
It is, rather.
This track. But yeah, it's not too bad at the moment for some of these guys. A lot of the guys that are running around with the higher incidents aren't in a particularly large battle. Well, actually, I say that. Obviously, it's Ronnie and Dustin together that are running on 10 and 11 incidents respectively, so it could, they might have to watch out when they're battling. There might be something that crosses their mind. In fact, Ronnie is ahead of
I was going to say, unseen by me, Ronnie and Dustin swap positions, and Stevie's now right in there, and not that far behind. You double check if they've had an incident at some point. Oh, Lawrence, we've literally just been talking about you, Mr. Lawrence. Well, you're welcome in the chat, of course. It was a great shame what happened to you. What happened on track, Phil?
Yeah, what happened on track? I can tell you that Mr. Dustin Hickman decided that turn 1 was going to happen again.
Oh, God.
And Josh ran off, which allowed Ronnie to get ahead. And that's allowed Stevie obviously to get right with them now. And so that's all I say. That Dustin is back ahead of Ronnie in turn 1. So Dustin decided to get it wrong the one lap and then make an overtake there the next lap. So,
And Evans in.
Evan is in. Oh, interesting.
As is his teammate.
And out.
Yes.
And Fizz is in.
I wonder if Fizzy's going to get any damage repaired there.
Well, if it's not a required repair, I very much doubt it. Although then again, he is quite a distance behind. But you sort of think if you do it, it depends on how much time you're losing doing it. I suspect he probably won't.
He's underway. No, he didn't get anything.
So, yeah, there's no. You're never going to gain the amount back unless it's like a 5-second stop and you're losing.
Challenge for the. Sorry to talk over your field. Challenge for the lead. That's Lucas Dolzer going wide of the oak tree turn. That's Patrick Heinrich through into the lead. There it is.
Not through yet.
Oh, well, he's got his nose ahead, but that's not done. He's got Patrick Moser trying to muscle in there. And Lucas actually had the pace to try and draw alongside. Oh, goodness me. Patrick just manages to secure that. But, I mean, he had to fight that all the way down the straight. And that is the lead then to Patrick Heinrich for now. But, again, we've seen so many times positions changing through... Oh, yeah.
Patrick. Yeah, he's done well to not. He's done well to not completely lose the car off the track there, but yeah, that's unfortunate because he's just dropped off the back of these guys now. Yeah, let's see what's going on down the field. And we got who's that in? Stevie's in. Stevie is in.
He is indeed.
So that's the Stevie train, kind of over for a bit at the moment. Well, the Slayer was the Stevie train. It was kind of late. I don't know. Did he? He got close to the guys ahead.
He did.
Oh, Dennis Enlauer off the track at turn 1.
Oh no! Turn 1 claims another victory.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah. Just complete. I think just got the braking zone wrong. Just broke at the wrong board. It seems, and off the track he goes.
Easily done.
Yep. Is he going to lose a place to anyone? I don't think anyone's around him.
It's another 20-odd seconds down to Evan, who's of course just pitted. Stevie has come out of the pit. He's right with.
Evan.
He is right with Evan, yeah. Knut's having a terrible time. He's come off again. Has he come off again? Just look at his last.
I think he's just that. It might just be that far, but because that would be the pit. That would be the outlap. Lap time. I think he's probably just. I think he's probably just having a little bit of a true time.
Yeah, he's just having a bad day, I think.
Yeah, with a bit of damage on the car and not done much practice, as Stevie said as he came into the chat to join us in the break.
Ronnie's
what have we got?
Ronnie's wandering
so he
off.
has.
Yeah, he's wandering off into the wrong pit lane with the look of that for a moment. But no, so he just went a little bit wide at Oak Tree, and that's given the position of Adam Tierney. That is now 6th place to the Pink Panther.
That was actually a slightly curious one for Ronnie. He turned in slightly too much for Oak Tree and just touched the tyres on the inside. So actually that forced him off to the outside. So again, he's saying he's not happy with the amount of damage that he has on his car. He wants to put a little bit more on.
Lucas Dolls has really fallen off the back of Patrick Moser and Patrick Heinrich by quite some way. He's actually 3.5 seconds down.
Yeah, he'll have had. Yeah, that's a mistake somewhere around that.
147. Yeah, 147.
Where do you want to guess?
It's going to be first turn.
Let's find out. No, actually, it is not. Surprisingly, it's not turn 1. No, it is actually turn. Hang on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, Stevie's off. Stevie's off. Yeah, he's parked it at exactly the same place Gianni Vecchio did. I think, anyway.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. All the way down. Oh, dear, I wonder why he's done that. He hasn't hit. Or has he hit anything? No, he hasn't. That's interesting that he's decided to stop it there. Huh. Curious.
Dennis Anlauer comes in, and he gets going again. So, yeah, we have lost another. Only leaves us 11 runners then.
Well, that's assuming Stevie doesn't come back out. I'm not sure why he's gone back to the pits unless he's... Well, I don't know. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, I tend to assume that they're not going to come back out when they do that.
It is probably the better way to think about it. It's they've towed. They're basically out of any sort of contention at that point anyway.
It's like 2 minutes before you can do anything if you get towed or something.
Yeah,
like that, isn't it?
And I think it's slightly less because of where he was around the track, but it's still like way longer than what you'd like it to be. We have the 2 Patricks.
We do.
Through, not quite side by side, but it did look like that Patrick Moser had a better exit, and he's got the slipstream coming down somewhere. Is he going to be close enough? Oh, I don't think so, but you never know. He's getting there. No, he's just too far back. He decides not to do a late lunge.
Certainly not there. It's bitten too many people, but no, the 2 Patricks remain in their original positions, and I suspect they are going to be... Well, I keep saying that. I suspect they're going to be going to race long, but we've seen the race lead change so many times. We saw it last race. Yeah, the last race pretty spectacularly. So we will just have to see what happens next. Ronnie Gibbons and Darren Potter now are in the position. I think Darren has taken that position from Ronnie. As last I saw that, and Adam Tinney's run off. He's 5 seconds down the road. Crikey, Adam's actually pestering the back of Dustin Hickman for 5th position. Wow, Adam really does have a great turn of pace. It was a shame we didn't see him first in the first round.
Yeah, he really dropped into the 43s there, which only the top guys are doing, and yeah, even sometimes they're not always there. They're sometimes into 44. So Adam's showing some good pace. Patrick, I think Patrick Moser actually currently holding the fastest lap of the race. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, 1:43.0 as we see Fizzy and Dennis Anlauer going side by side at that dreaded turn 1. Dennis has been off somewhere. Oh no, that'll be his out lap, wouldn't it? Yes, of course, 2:10. So yeah, they're having a battle for the last position. Oh, the two Patricks within very, very short range of one another. And not too far behind is Lucas Dolzer. It's about 3 seconds back. So again, the front three, their best laps, 43.3, 43.0. Oh, that's Patrick Heinrich off. That's going to give Patrick Moser the momentum and the lead. Yes, it does. It's amazing how much momentum a small off can lose you. And so there we go. Another lead change there, and that is Patrick Moser then. That bright green wheeled CMRC Ferrari now leading the way.
That's not too bad for the new boy coming in. And yeah, it is, well, first ever feature race coming in and running all the way from 9th position on the grid up into the lead. So yeah, keeping his nose out of trouble, which is certainly something you have to do in these longer races, especially in the reverse grid races. So he's doing, yeah, he's showing us what he can do. Obviously slightly helped by incidents around, but again, he hasn't had the incidents himself, so that's exactly what he needs to do.
Adam Tierney is really keeping Dustin Hickman company as they come through that 6, 7, 8, 9 complex. Then that's Sarah Dove slightly further down the road. So 4, 5, and 6 look like we're going to be all compact together fairly soon. You know, you get the feeling Adam is just picking his moment on the nose of Adam Tierney. Then just see how close he is running to Dustin Hickman then at a time when he really wants the downforce. He's tucked underneath Dustin's rear wing, coming through that oak tree turn. Now it's going to be an opportunity for Adam Tierney, or along the straight, to try and do something about it. In the background there, you see Darren Potter and Ronnie Gibbons are still locked in fairly close battle, as is this pair, Kenny Munson and Dennis Anlauer. That damaged Ferrari of Fizzy is not helping him at all. Getting up to that chicane again, very close. It's Adam having to keep that Pink Panther under control for now. And yep, just saw Darren Potter in the background of that shot. Oh, and that's both of them off. Oh dear, that was a bad off then for Dustin Hickman. That's both of them actually going slightly wide. Just Adam Tierney not quite going off as badly. Now it's going to be interesting to see whether Adam Tierney is going to be able to break away from the CMRC Ferrari, although he's very cautious into turn 1, which, considering how many people he's bitten throughout this race, is probably not a bad idea. And we'll see how he progresses then, now that he's got some clean air ahead of him.
Oh, we see Darren Potter in the pits.
He is indeed. In for his scheduled stop. See there, Justin Hickman still pretty close. The front three are spread out a little bit. People going off, but oh, what's Patrick off? Oh, big trouble! And that's a massive impact.
Yeah, I believe that's probably him out.
That's going to be terminal, surely. Yeah, there he
that's
goes.
Super terminal. And you know what? We haven't seen many people go off there. But that again is another corner where you expect usually, just because it's so easy, and he did it. He did it. That was a textbook one of those incidents. Just run it off slightly wide and then spin across into the tyre barrier on the outside or the inside. And yep, that's Patrick's day over, unfortunately for us.
One of the very few retirements that Patrick Heinrich's done this season. Actually.
Yeah, I can only think of one more maybe.
I think it is only actually one other retirement he's had. He's won pretty much most other things. So that is Patrick Heinrich out. 10 runners remain. As the overlay, of course, will show his name descend down the list. So Patrick Moser then leads the way by 4.1 seconds over this man, Lucas Dolzer. Sarah Dove will be promoted up into the podium positions then shortly. There she goes. 11.3 between herself and Lucas Older at the moment. Fourth is the Pink Panther of Adam Tierney. Looking to closing about 1.3 seconds on Sarah Dove. Last time around, he locks up a little bit going into turn 1, but keeps it going. He's 2.6 down, so he will be closing that gap pretty damn rapidly at that rate. Dustin Hickman, 5th position. 1.4 seconds. Looks like he's losing pace to Adam ahead of him. Ronnie Gibbons is in the pits. He's having a pit stop. So then Evan takes that 6th position. He's got about 24 seconds between himself and Dustin Hickman. But he's just set his personal best, actually, 1:44.3 last time around. Darren Potter then is taking that. Ronnie has come out of the pits. He's out 7th. Oh, big lock-up coming into that last turn. First turn, rather. It's coming into the last turn, coming out of the pits. Now, that would mean you would come out of the pits backwards. So,
that's a new tactic that we should try to employ.
If you choose to ignore all the black flags being frantically waved at you as well. So, Darren Potter then. Well, you're good. Canoe Martinson has had a pretty torrid race this time around, as we know. He's now in 9th, and Dennis Anlower continues to. He was locked in battle with Canoe Martinson earlier on. He's now 10 seconds behind Canoe, so a mistake or a simple pace difference as sort of that. And now we have a lead change, and Lucas has no bonnet apparently. So I'm pretty sure. He's out.
Who?
Lucas Dolzer. Lucas Dolzer is out. He's gone.
Oh dear. Let's find out. Yes.
Yeah, because he had no bonnet when I looked
in the pits. He's done a 13-4. Oh, he's done it really early. He's just. Oh, I see. In the left-hander at 13, just clipped too much of the apex. He's got the braking on, and he's so late into it, and boom, hits the tyre barriers, and out goes Lucas Dolzer. So dear me.
That's another CMRC. How many have we only got? 2 CMRCs.
We've got Patrick Moser and we have Dustin Hickman.
We only have 2 CMRCs left.
Oh dear.
That's a first. Yeah, exactly, Jerry. It is a CMRC disaster today. Of the, 6? I think it is. 6 CMRCs we've got today. Gianni,
I think we have the 5 today.
Patrick.
Patrick hit Dustin and Lucas.
Yeah, so 5, yeah. So of which we only have 2.
No Jürgen Frank today. Oh, side by side between Ronnie and Darren Potter.
Yeah.
1. Oh, Darren's just clipped the goal. I thought he might have gone around there, but no, he's done a good job to, not.
Hang on to that one.
Well, Ronnie's tight into that next corner, though, so that's going to give Darren an opportunity. No, he's not going to break down there. That's pretty wise to back out from there. I think he just scared Ronnie a little bit wide, so now he's going to have a great run through here. Oh, wow, Ronnie's actually way more committed through that corner onto the wibbly wobblies.
Adam Tinney's right with Sarah Dove, so Sarah's now in 2nd as a result of the latest retirement. But she's under a lot of pressure by the Pink Panther of Adam Tierney. So, I mean, this was fairly inevitable that he was going to close that gap down at the rate he was going. But looking at the names of people that have retired, it is so easy to make a mistake. And that's Sarah in. So it's a pretty safe place to be at the moment. So,
yeah, you think so anyway.
Yeah. Patrick Moser then continues to lead. Adam Tierney has now taken that 2nd position. Has he pitted yet? He has not. Actually, the top 4 have not pitted. So, Sarah has just pitted. Beg your pardon. So it's just the top 3.
Sarah's going to come up relatively close to Evan. And here comes Evan. Sarah's going to stay ahead for now, but Evan's going to close it up. So that'll be interesting to see where Adam comes out in all of this. Maybe one more good lap will put him ahead of Sarah.
But it depends on where he pits, though. I mean, we've had this discussion before on whether you pit late and pit quick, or you pit early and just get it out, over and done with. I mean,
the later you pit, the quicker the pit stop. With the amount of fuel that you put in, it's always pretty much going to be about the same. But obviously, if you pit earlier, you're going to be running with a heavier car for longer periods of the race. So that's one of the things why you don't want to pit early. But obviously, the reason you do pit early is to, as you say, get it out of the way and to get out of traffic.
Yeah, indeed. Especially if you think you're being held up. Just saw Ronnie Gibbons there struggling to keep the car on the black stuff through 7, 8, 9 and 10.
That's not so much for us. Oh, we have the leader in. The leader is into the pits.
Mr.
So
Moser.
I'm assuming that means Mr. Adam Tierney will decide to come in this lap as well, unless he wants to potentially try and lead one lap. I don't think. No, he's going to come in. Of course.
He is in.
And
so-
Dustin Hickman, not far behind. Is he coming in as well?
No.
No, Dustin is going for one more. Is he going to take the lead of the race? Yes, he is. Well, wait, no, he'll
Yeah, he
classify
will.
as second across the line, but he will take the lead on track.
Yeah, so Dustin Hickman then takes the lead. We'll do by about 3.5, 4 seconds or so. Because he will need to come in. And Adam is now on his way. So he will
Yeah,
come
this
up.
is the one that we need to look at.
And here comes Sarah and Evan. And
Is
Adam.
he going to fall behind, or is that going to be
Oh, that's-
enough? It's going
gonna
to
be
be. I think he's
close.
got enough. The momentum is going to kill Sarah to try around the outside potentially. No, Adam's done a good job on that in lap to
Oh,
stay ahead. Oh, that was close between them.
Yeah, that kind of caused both of us to go, oh, that's going to be close. You saw Sarah was tempted by the switchback there, but Adam just about hung on to the apex there to prevent that. So a three-way battle then. This is third, fourth and fifth. Adam, Tierney, Sarah, Dove and Evan. I think it's just Dustin who hasn't pitted then. It is indeed. Where is he? There he is up at Oak Tree then. Already Adam is trying to build himself. I think Sarah had a bit of a scrappy turn through 4, 5 and 6. Oh, that's Evan right with Sarah Dove now. That's going to give Adam an opportunity to break away from the chasing two of Sarah and Evan. Come through Oak Tree again. We're saying that Sarah's had a good drive. I think Adam was a little bit cautious through that Oak Tree turn. It's going to allow Sarah and Evan to close back up with him. And Darren Potter still keeping Ronnie Gibbons for company. That's 6th and 7th as they come through Oak Tree themselves. So Ronnie just about holding off Darren for now, and everyone else is pretty much on their own. And Dustin is in. So Dustin led for a race, and in he comes. So Patrick Moser, as we predicted, takes over the race lead. Adam is bouncing around over the apexes.
Oh, we have Darren moving on Ronnie. Darren moving on Ronnie, side by side, a little bit of touch there as always. Darren's moved always through.
Apologies there for the stream. I had a massive lag moment for a second, and everyone vanished. Okay, my overlay's going utterly nuts. I thought my game had crashed there, but so apologies for that brief stutter in the stream. But we are back, as you can see. Ooh, hello! On the back, Dustin Hickman is catching up with this pack of 3. That's... Hang on a minute. Oh yes,
Well,
of course,
pitted,
he pitted.
of course.
Yeah, of course he did. I got my mind went completely gaga after that freezing moment. So Adam Tierney's going to have a lot of company. He's, again, breaking away from Sarah. It seems that Sarah's able to kind of loses a bit of pace with him in the straights leading up to this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 complex, and then just reels him back in again at Oak Tree. It seems to be what's happened before. Let's see what's happened. See what happens this time. Not too far back. Is that SimRC Shark?
Yeah. I was going to say, these are the kind of corners where if you've had a little bit of a lack of practice, as Adam possibly has, these are the corners where it really shows up here and into the final few as well. The earlier ones are relatively easy to get straightforward, apart from turn 1 where no one can do it, no matter the amount of practice that you do. But this is where you'd expect Sarah or someone that's done enough laps just to be more confident through these corners. And as you can see, it's closing down again. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes in the next few laps. But obviously, Adam, we expect to be faster from what we've seen so far in his lap times. And that does seem to be playing out the way at the moment. Yeah, I was just looking through the incident limits, and Ronnie has to be a little bit careful now, I think.
Is he
He's
a bit close?
He's on 15. He's on 15, so he's got one more, and he's disqualified. So he's got to keep it on the island for the rest of the race. Who have we got?
That was Evan.
Dustin Hickman's decided to go off turn 1. Nothing major. Just decided turn 1's going to be fun to go off again.
Turn 1 got hungry and decided to bite again. So yeah, that was.
Certainly did.
Yeah, it was. Evan Imre and Sarah Dove again getting very, very close to one another. As we'll see from that view, that is how it looks looking back from Sarah Dove's car. Just that car of Evan Imre has been there for quite a number of laps. We only have 5 laps remaining. So Evan is running out of time to try and do something against Sarah. Yet again, we see this gap for Adam building up. And we'll see if Sarah is able to close that back down. Comes about a second or so. Oh, she runs a bit wide on the exit of 10. May compromise a little bit into 83, but it's not really got an opportunity to capitalise on it too much at the moment. But we'll see if Sarah's able to hold Evan off for another 5 laps, or whether she'll have to concede that final podium position. There we see Dustin in the background. I think we saw you had that incident at turn 1, so I would be stunned if he can make up 11.5 seconds in 5 laps.
I think he's probably not. But we've seen, so how many times have we said that already these two races, and the cars ahead decide, oh, I'm just going to run off the track here. Yeah. I mean, it's happened to most people, so why not these guys?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Patrick Moser then continues to lead as he begins lap 21. Adam Tierney in the Pink Panther has broken away and actually managed to maintain a gap of about 1.3 seconds between himself and Sarah Downs.
Evan spun.
And he has claimed, turn 1 has claimed another victim again. So that has, unless we have further mistakes, that has handed that podium position to Sarah at the moment. 4th position is Evan. Dustin is there in 5th position trying to close that gap down. Darren Potter in 6th position just comes a bit harder into turn 1, locks up a little bit, but not too bad. Ronnie Gibbons is right there with him in 7th position. Knut is wrestling that damaged Ferrari around. He's on his own in 8th, and there is Dennis Anlauer 5 seconds behind him in 9th, and that is all we have got left at this point in time. Sarah now is probably quite glad that she finally has got some breathing space behind. Will she be able to close in on Adam ahead of her? That is going to be the question. Adam has got the quicker, faster lap. Who's got the fastest lap on the field? It is, of course, Patrick Moser. Fastest lap of the race actually also belongs to Patrick Moser. We did lose quite a few names quite early on. We lost Lawrence de Wright. We lost Gianni Vecchio very early. Stevie Chambers about 11 laps ago. Patrick Heinrich and Lucas Dolzer we lost 5 and 6 laps ago. So, yeah, it's been an interesting one. It's certainly been an interesting one. I'm sure the drivers will have a few things to say.
Yep, I would expect that to be the case. I was just looking through the incidents again because I have time. And another couple of people that have to be a bit careful are Dustin Hickman, who's running on 14, as well as Knut Martinson, also running on 14. Oh. I saw him have a spin a lap or so ago. Maybe last lap. Yeah, in fact, it was last lap. He had a spin, so that's 2 incidents added on at that point, so moving up from 12 to 14. So he cannot afford another spin, because otherwise he would be out, as would Dustin.
Just about the insult to injury for poor Knut. It has been a pretty torrid round for him. Just saw Ronnie Gibbons suddenly phase out of existence for a brief moment. And here we go. So this is the closest battle we have at the moment, position-wise. It's 6 and 7, Darren Potter and Ronnie Gibbons. They've been in this formation for quite some time. Last laps around were a 10th in Ronnie's favour. Thereabouts. Hello, Ali Hertz. Good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hope you are well.
Well, I mean, he was in the race.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you in the chat, I should say. So, yeah, that's everyone pretty much fairly well spaced out then. So Evan trying to close back in on Sarah. Sarah lost about 7/10 on Adam Tierney last time around. So again, unless mistakes intervene, our race positions are pretty much set now. There are 3 laps remaining. 3 laps, so we're on lap 22. And that's about to be completed actually. So 2 laps. Oh, now that's interesting. The lap out of count just went up to 26 as I was talking.
Ooh.
Well, of course, this is it's a 45-minute race, isn't it? So it's however many laps we complete. And my overlay decided to jump up from 24 to 26. So we now have 4 laps remaining.
Okay. Patrick's obviously running some seriously good lap times.
Well, that last one was actually 148.
I did. Oh, actually, no, that means there's 2 laps in a row where he's done something. Because 1 lap I think last lap was the one where he ran off the track. So I'm guessing that lap 4 So he did. So yeah, interesting. So let's see what happened on lap 22. I'll have a look because I saw his lap 21 mistake where he ran wide. Oh, he actually had a spin. That's a lovely spin. Look at that.
Where did he
round wee spin? He actually spun it the exact same place where Patrick Heinrich lost the car and ended up out of the race. But Patrick decided to spin it in a lot more style and did a 360 and just continued driving on the track.
Oh, have we just lost Ronnie, I wonder?
And now I would just expect, let's have a look. Yep, he's hit the incident limit.
Oh, we've lost Ronnie Gibbons' incident limit.
And there he goes. Oh, and do you know what? It's such a minor one as well.
Yeah.
He just turned in slightly too early at turn 4. Just slightly too early at turn 4, and boom, he's gone.
Because I saw him vanish, and I thought, really? He didn't do anything. And iRacing, a very unforgiving beast. So 8 runners remaining. Oh dear, oh dear.
It's a lot of points for everyone that's been able to stay in the race.
Yeah. Absolutely it is.
But I expect that's not really much consolation for the people that are driving around and not really doing too much.
Well, there's a maybe, but points are points. You'll take
points
them.
are points.
Yeah, you'll take them anyways. There we go. That's 43.9 for Patrick last time around. 45.08 for Adam. So Adam realises he's 11.5 seconds down. He's more relying on a mistake from Patrick for the lead to change, but he needs to keep himself in contention. There in the background you see Sarah Dove, who did a 45.3 last time around, so 3.8 between herself and Adam. Evan Imre, 44.6, so he did gain, what did he gain? About 7 tenths on Sarah that time around. 5.4 is the gap, so that won't close enough in the remaining 3 laps. Dustin Hickman, we know is right on the penalty limit. He did a 47.5, so he is taking his time. Well, he could just be taking it cautiously. You realise again there's 13.
I think he probably might be.
Yeah, it's 13 seconds between him and Evan. He's never going to close. As good as he is, he's never going to close that down. In the remaining time.
It's more Darren that he has to watch out behind. Darren's not exactly miles away.
No, and Darren actually closed down 2.4 seconds last time around. He will close in. It's 4.4.
Yeah, well, he's been 6 seconds over the last 3 or 4. Well, more than that, in fact. It's been about 10 seconds over the last 4 laps that Darren has closed down on Dustin. Obviously, we saw Dustin go for turn 1 on one of those laps, which would have helped the cause for Darren. But yeah, that's interesting. I say that, and Darren decides that Oak Tree isn't his friend, and he's got off. So that's going to ruin that a little bit.
Oh, well, yeah, that kind of put pay to that. No, he's now free of the pressure from Ronnie Gibbons, but he's got a little bit too excited by that prospect and thrown it into the wall. Knut then continues on his way. He's 26 seconds down from Darren, so continues to wrestle that rather reshaped Ferrari in 7th position, and that leaves Dennis Anlauer at the back of the field. And just rather minding his own business. So, yeah, the closest position-wise is actually Sarah to Adam. 45.4, 45.3, so Sarah did actually gain a 10th on Adam that last time around, but again, I think it's fairly safe to assume that everyone's going to be taking their time, just bringing their cars home. It's only 2 laps to go, so just under 2 minutes on the counter then to go until that checkered flag comes out and a winner is decided. But even still, despite the gaps in between everybody, we've seen how those gaps have changed very, very quickly. So nothing is assured until that checkered flag is claimed.
Yeah. Dustin really has to be careful, because I just saw him cut final corner and get another off track, which means he's only got one more. Well, we say he can't do another one.
Yeah, he's on the limit, isn't he?
He's on the limit, so that's an interesting one. So if he's running around, I mean, we know he's taking it easy, and even with the taking it easy, or potentially maybe he's not taking it easy, he's just constantly making these small, tiny little errors. You know, it's so easy to do. And I mean, yeah, I think he's probably he's taking it easy. He's taking it easy now. He definitely is. Through these corners, he is really, really, really taking it easy. So Darren has a genuine chance here. Yeah, there's a genuine chance to catch up to Dustin. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just too much in even one lap, even with the pace that he's running. I suppose Darren, what hasn't helped him is the fact that in the last lap, Darren had an off as well. Now, of course, we saw Darren go off at Oak Tree, didn't we? Which is the main reason. So far back, otherwise he would have been right. You know what? He would be with him and probably past him right now had he not had that.
Could well have been. We are on the final lap then. with this man, Patrick Moser. As he comes through, 4, 5, 6. Again, that because of the way that people straight line the chicane complexes, it's so easy to pick up those off-track incidents.
Yes.
As we see.
Yes, it is.
Patrick Moser's got 14.5 second lead. He does not have to cut them that hard. And despite that, he's still doing sub 144 lap times, 143.7 last time out. The checkered flag is out. So Patrick will come across the line to take the race win, assuming, of course, he doesn't throw it away at that dreaded last corner, which has been catching a lot of people out. There we see Adam Tierney in the background of that shot. As we watch Patrick Moser then just come over the crest, along to that 13-14. Now coming back down the hill for the final time here at Virginia International Raceway. And here he comes to that dreaded last turn. Oh, and he very nearly clouted that apex a little bit hard, but he has survived to take the race win. It is a pretty great debut then for Patrick Moser.
It certainly is. Very, very good stuff from him to take that. It's not easy, especially not around here, as we've seen so many people off. Most of his teammates gone, and here he comes in as the new guy and is able to do what none of the others could, and that is stay on the track and take the win.
Adam Tierney then takes that second position of the Pink Panther. Sarah Dove rounds out the podium positions. Great race for her. Evan in fourth position then. And there is Dustin Hickman. Darren Bottas did actually close to 1.1 seconds behind. Oh, what might have been if Darren hadn't have made that mistake over at the Oak Tree turn. But Dustin Hickman claims fifth with Darren Bottas sixth. Canucks continues on to bring home that Force Ferrari home for 7th position, and in the background then the last runner. I mean, at least everyone was on the lead lap, I think. Saying that, I'm not 100% certain they were, but Danny's out now.
Both of those guys were, yeah. Everyone that finished was on the lead lap. Oh, and Dennis decides, yep, there we go.
Why not?
Have a spin.
Finishing style. And that is it for here at Virginia Raceway. That is the penultimate round of this championship. Next week we will be heading over to Imola for the grand finale. So that just leaves me to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, the watchers in Twitch that have been with us throughout the race, and for those catching up on YouTube afterwards, thank you very much for your spectatorship. It's always welcome, and thank you to you, of course, the wonderful Mighty Morphin McFillin, for joining me throughout this race. It's always very welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here alongside yourself.
And we will see you here right again for more AOR action. Thank you very much, and good night.